I really want to encourage all of my subscribers who have picked up a copy of Microcosm and Macrocosm to read page 266 and try to understand the connection between what I was trying to reference with the temporally asymmetric onphonetic resonance with Michael Jackson's story as an artist, and what Michael Hare was saying about the nature of artists as the ultimate intuitive engines, the ultimate users of the intuitive process. And the reason I really want everybody to engage in that, everybody that is following this channel, is because that link, that connection from that book to Michael Jackson is a big part of, well, it's a good example for how I work. And so there's this issue about these methods that I've developed that relate to using this sort of temporal asymmetry in a conscious way. That is an example of. And so I wasn't reading that book. That connection was made intentionally during a meditation, a personal meditation on the issue of mortality as it relates to the success of ventures such as the one that Michael Jackson was on. One of my heroes, Steve Jobs, there's been stories in the news about him being ill, and he's rather young. And it seems like a lot of times people that are really amazing pioneers and pure free spirits, a lot of times don't go as far as they could have for one reason or another. And that meditation that I was doing, when I pull that connection between the Smooth Criminal video and that passage that Hare talks about in Microcosm and Macrocosm, was pulled directly off the shelf. I just pulled the book off the shelf, opened it up to that particular passage, knowing that that would be there because of a way that I've learned to work with the synchronicities in our world. And there's a sort of this is some of the most challenging stuff if you really want to understand my processes, which they're not easy processes to describe. But there's this relationship that we have to our physical surroundings in the very physical nature that we move through it. And we're actually constantly moving among the physical things that we see around us. And so there are these hidden connections that emerge on the physical level that can be interfaced with in ways that most people wouldn't even believe is possible. And so from the perspective of the work that I'm doing there, how this relates to my work, I was at the end of a 25-hour day, and I just completed the music and the lyrics for the 14th song in The Soldiers of the Future. And the timing between Michael Jackson's death and my sudden outpouring of musical effort is odd. It strikes me very weird that I'm having this really amazing flow of musical. Some of it's genius, I think. I haven't really put any of the other songs up, but Space Cadet Love is average is an average song on the album. I haven't worked with the production on it yet, but they're all written. And that one was written basically in a night, and they've been flowing out, and I've been working, and I've been neglecting my physical form. And I don't want to do that. I think that's something that people like Michael Jackson and Steve Jobs do, Terrence McKenna. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to make that same mistake. But I'm in unusually good shape, and yeah, I can run 12 miles. And I haven't been getting as much exercise as I need to get. And I don't want anybody to get the impression that I was contemplating letting myself go. That's not what I was doing with that. I wasn't hinting around that, you know, I am interested in the lack of my own mortality. That's not true at all. I'm kind of inspired by the older people around me, because I feel like I have so much work to do, and so I feel like I need to hold on. I feel like I need to hang on. But anyway, I know that's kind of rambly, but page 266 in Microcosm and Macrocosm, read that with respect to what Hare is talking about the connection that the intuitive mind, the intuitive process, makes to the temporal asymmetry, the time displaced connections that some of us are able to see and work with on a physical level, because he was plugged into that. I don't know of hardly anyone else that plugs into that and that worked with it, seems to have worked with it in such a cogent way as he did. And so, and it seems like it's like an anomaly, it's sort of a phenomenon, but nevertheless, it's there. And so, check it out if you're inclined to do that. And if you have any comments or want to discuss this, there it is.